Hello, good evening. This is Bird007 coming at you with a video. It's been about 4 days since I did my last video. Today I'm going to be talking about a live stream that was posted to YouTube yesterday. It has to do with Onision, and let's see the name of it. Hang on. See if I can pull it up here on my tablet here. Yeah, Onision did 2 videos yesterday. He did one on his Onision Speaks called My Apology. He apologized for his OnlyFans being down, apparently, or something going on with his website. But there's another one I'm trying to look for, unless he took it down. Posted on his Bro channel. I think it's on his Bro channel. Let's see. Yeah, the name of the Onision live stream, which was yesterday, is called Onision Takes on Anti-Onision Cult Live, more or less the anti-O's. He pretty much was ranting and raving about, I guess, one of the victims, which is, I think, Sarah, and he was yelling at everybody that was coming in on the stream. People would ask him hard-hitting questions about the allegations that were against him, and he would just literally go off on certain guests that were calling in. The first guy, I think, was very funny. He was trying to call him out, but it's very incoherent. And there's more or less, this stream was filled with anti-O. I don't know what cult has to do with it, because I didn't think Onision was a cult leader, but he did again form a make-believe religion back in the day known as Zeska, but I don't think he stands by that anymore. But when Onision does a live stream, he kind of controls it in his own little narrative. He kind of makes you believe everything that he thinks is right. Whether you think he is wrong or not, you are in the wrong with him if you disagree with him. And he can pretty much block you for whatever reason. He's blocked, I think, 2 people yesterday over a bad microphone, or their computer has gone bad, internet connection wise. It was a little crazy. If you want to watch it, I just said the name of it. You can take a look at it. He pretty much goes around in circles, trying to profess his innocence about some of the allegations going on, which was started almost a year ago. Actually, it may be a year ago as of this last September, when I think Sarah went on Chris Hansen's live stream and told the entire world what Onision did to her and the allegations of grooming and all this other stuff. Greg says he's not a predator. He's not no groomer. He's not this and that. But there's plenty of evidence online. If you can look for the archived deleted videos on Shiloh, you can see that Onision could be very manipulative. He could be very how you want to say, manipulative. He could somehow, in a way, he could persuade you into believing something that's, I guess, not really true, or not really in the term that it should be. Like, he uploaded a video a couple months ago showing him crying after Shiloh left, and he was crying about when she was leaving and all the stuff that was going down back then. But you could see that there was no tears running down his face. He put on a good show, though. He did act like he was crying. He I think was putting kind of too much work into it. Now I know when you see somebody cry on YouTube, you need to look at their eyes and see if you see any water coming down their face, if you can. If not, put the video on high quality. That is what I've been kind of doing with some of Shane Dawson's videos when he gets emotional, like on his coming out video. I think I saw some tears on that video, which I think was very sincere and very legitimate on that. But anytime somebody cries on YouTube, I'm going to start looking at their face and looking at their eyes to see if they are even breaking a tear. And they don't break a tear. They're just trying to manipulate their fans into supporting them, feel sorry for them because they've gotten themselves in some kind of trouble, gotten themselves in some kind of social media mess, and they're trying their best to keep whatever fandom they have left. And that, I think, is what Onision is doing now, aka James Jackson. He doesn't go by Greg anymore. Anytime you call Onision Greg, he gets very upset. But I'm going to tell you now, I've been suspended on Twitter twice. I think it was back in February for making ill will comments about wishing harm against Onision. And I can tell you now, you go on Twitter and wish for somebody's death or saying something should happen to somebody, you will get booted very quickly. And they will also send you an email saying you need to delete the offending tweet, and you're suspended for, I think, 7 days. And then the second offense, I was suspended for 2 weeks. And I incidentally posted a bad tweet on the wrong Twitter page. I meant to send it to the person I was calling out, and it went to the wrong person. And I tried to contest the second one, but I just left it alone. But you want to watch the live stream again? I just said before, it's on his Obo channel. You have to kind of scroll down. I'll tell you guys again. I'll actually write it down here. It's called, hang on, Onision. Hang on. Onision. Oh, what the? Okay. Put it up here for you now. That is the name of the video right here. Onision takes on anti-Onision cult live charity stream. So that is what you're going to look for if you wish to view the video on there. Again, he was kind of going all over the place. He's debating multiple guests on his Discord server. And he premiered it live on YouTube yesterday on his Bro channel. And it sounded like he was going on a little bit of a rant yesterday. Some people would like to call it narcissistic rage, but you don't know if he's narcissistic or not. I mean, you may have some type of personality traits that are not very good, but he's a self-admitted asshole. He has admitted that many times, and he expects us to put up with it, and that's all there is to it. I don't know what to say, but my opinion is, why has he still got a platform if there's allegations of mistreatment coming from multiple women that went on to Chris Hansen's show for the last, I think it was 8 months, and yet he's still got an OnlyFans account, he's still got Twitter account, he's still got a Facebook account, and he's still got 3 channels on YouTube. Why do we have to put up with this? Why do we have to put up with the shenanigans of saying, well, you better be okay with me being brutally honest. You better agree with everything that I have to say, or you're a bad person. Why do we have to put up with that? I think it's time, in my opinion, for him to be deplatformed. I'm getting tired of him doing these crazy live streams. All he's wanting is negative attention. He's trolling. He is trying to piss people off. He's stirring up drama that doesn't need to be stirred up. He's going through the same bushes over and over and over with Sarah and all these allegations. He's already proved his point to these receipts that he did back in February. He does not need to prove his innocence over and over and over again. And Onision, or James Jackson, if you do happen to see this video, I'll tell you now, you should not have to prove your innocence over and over and over again. If you're innocent, don't worry about it. Don't worry about what other people have to say about you. But, you know, the one that will determine your fate, if it does happen, is if you are indicted and you end up going to jail and you wind up in court, it's going to be the jury of your peers that will decide your fate, whether you're innocent or guilty or not, and what kind of evidence is put forth on this case. And again, if there is even an investigation going on with this Onision story. I want to believe that there is an investigation against Onision, and I would like to see there being progress on this case. And so far, Chris Hansen's been saying, as of this last Thursday, that there may be some updates coming this week. So I'm going to wait and see. But as far as I'm concerned, we haven't seen anything yet. I know stuff is still, I guess the case is still active, and the FBI is looking at, I guess, some forms of evidence, I guess, or cards of evidence, and that's what we've been hearing for the last at least 7 months. And I know Sarah's laptop never got sent to the FBI, so what else never got to the FBI? That's what I'm wondering. And is this guy ever going to be held accountable, or this Onision ever going to get held accountable? And is YouTube going to be held accountable for allowing him to make over $2 million of his net worth on here, bashing other people, making people look bad and ruining their image on here, and ruining careers, and ruining the mental health of people that he's been involved with, and all the viewers of his channels that used to support him back in the day and now find out who he truly is, and they realize now who they were watching is not the so-called Mr. Nice Guy that they thought he was. I'm going to tell you now, I do hope or wish that Onision is innocent of all these allegations of grooming, enticement, human trafficking, if that's even on the table, and whatever forms of sexual abuse there might be that's being alleged against him. But I really think the statute of limitations have gone off on some of these girls, especially Shiloh. And Shiloh ain't really helping her case by telling people to go commit suicide on Twitter neither. And wherever she's doing it on, she needs to quit doing what she's doing and start getting this case going and getting herself some justice, instead of fighting with the other more or less anti-O's that are calling, or people that don't believe her story. You know, she just needs to keep pressing forward and get this thing going, help these other victims get this case going. Chris Hansen ain't going to do it. You guys need to do it. It might be our job to get this case going if Chris Hansen ain't able to do it. But, you know, who knows? I just don't know what to believe anymore. Same thing with the Davi Vanity. Is Davi Vanity going to be held accountable for all this stuff? I have more hope for Davi Vanity going away than I do for Onision. I think there's more evidence on Davi than there is on Onision, to be quite frank of you. And Onision, all he'll do is downplay it, that nothing happened. The victims agreed to it. They signed NDAs. And I don't know. He'll find a way to wiggle out of it. I just know people like Onision that. And another thing I don't understand about Onision is why does he have to film every situation? Like a kid falling out of the window, he has to film it. Why does he have to film Shiloh having a mental breakdown or seizure, whatever it is, instead of calling the police or calling 911 and getting her put in a hospital or at least a psych hospital, if that, instead of watching her quiver and I could imagine an agonizing episode. Uh, and I think there's two videos where you could see Shiloh kind of trembling a little bit, or I guess having the shakes or whatever, wherever you may have when you have an epileptic seizure or whatever it is, and her losing her memory. I think she had two of them when she was with him, and she claims on the Chris Hansen show that she still has some type of seizures even to this day. So that's got to be pretty serious. I hope she's getting help for that. I'm hoping she's getting psychiatric help, whether it be therapy, counseling, whatever it be. And I hope all these victims of the Onision story are getting help for their victimization, getting the treatment, whether it be, again, counseling, therapy, medication if need be. It's not no shame with taking medication. People can cause you to take medication if they make you insane enough. But I really hope, there's progress by the end of the year on this Onision story. And if there is credible evidence, I want this man off the internet. I want this man deplatformed from YouTube. I want YouTube to be held accountable, whether it be through a civil case or whatever it may be. But, I think YouTube ought to be ashamed of themselves of allowing a content creator to make loads of money off of making videos that are more or less hateful or calling out people for having a point of view, whether it be something that he did on a video talking about eating meat, or whether it be talking about his relationships publicly and publicly humiliating his exes, or now they're known as victims now, trying to make his victims look bad and controlling the narrative, not letting nobody speak. Um, you know, I think YouTube ought to be held accountable at least 50% of this. And Onision, if I hope he gets held accountable if there's credible evidence and he can be charged. I want him to go through the ringer just like anybody else, through the courts, through the criminal justice, through jail, whatever it be, for him to be held accountable and punished. I hope we hear from some form of justice, at least for these girls. And I would wish for the same on Dobby Vanity also. I hope that Dobby gets to go through the ringer. If there's any credible evidence on his part, they could find on him. They can get him on. I hope they could get him indicted, charged, get his platforms on here removed, whether it be YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, whatever it be. I would hope they would deplatform him upon conviction. So, but I'm back. Yeah, video creators like Onision, Shane Dawson, and Dobby Vanity, if they were found out to do content that was harmful against minors or even the way underage, such as 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 years old. They release content that's very offensive. I think they should have the content removed. They should have their platforms canceled, or I guess they should be canceled if there's credible evidence. I know I say cancel culture is not really a good thing if you can't prove a case, but you know, people has been archiving Onision's movements for the last at least 5 years, whether it be on Tumblr or Internet Archive. There's a site that's called The Life of Onion that tells everything about Onision. It shows all of his blogs from 2008, 2009, 2010, 2011, and 2012. And it's also got journal entries from certain years also, and it's got a deleted videos page that he's made back in 2008, 9, 10, you name it. Talks about all of his relationships, all of his exes on there, and talks about his YouTube channels and what he does on them and what type of content that he creates. Life of Onion is a very good wiki page that has nothing but Onision. If you want to read about him, you don't want to watch his videos, but you want to read about him, see who he is, that's the place to go. And you guys can easily find it. Just type in The Life of Onion on Google, and it'll be like, I think, the first couple links on the first page. I would encourage you guys to look on that, and it's pretty much all I got to say about Onision. But I do encourage you guys to watch the live stream from yesterday and see what you think. You'd be amazed about how he reacts to people's opinions about him, and yeah, you can't get critical with him. You cannot have a critical mindset against him, because if you do, he will cut you out of his life by means, if you're following him on Twitter, he'll block you. You're on his Discord and you're paying for I guess a membership price, whatever it is, and you say something to him that he doesn't like, he'll ban you. You won't get your money back. And this guy is not really any good. I really don't see any good in him at all. I've been trying to look at old videos. Maybe there was good in him back in 2010 and maybe 2011 when he's trying to figure himself out and going through all these girlfriends and all this stuff. Maybe there are some points in his mind where he was already going unstable, and I think it just got worse after Shiloh, and now he's just completely off the rocker and just yells at everybody now, expects people to come at him, wanting people to come at him, wanting people to tear him down and humiliate him because he thrives off of it. So I just don't know. I don't know. But leave your opinions down in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and I'll try to do these streams maybe every other day or every 2 or 3 days. It depends on if I have anything I want to talk about, I'll get off my mind. I'll put it on here. I appreciate you guys watching tonight. I hope for the best. Wish me the best of luck on this. I sure hope Onision doesn't strike this video down as bullying and harassment like he did on my YouTube channel that I created back in February. Talk about his AdSense, and yeah, he flagged me for that, shadow banned me, because this channel gets shadow banned. That's not going to be good. And I don't know why, again, YouTube wants to hold on to this video creator. I mean, he's not really making any more money than what he did before. At least he's not making too much now. That's why he's on OnlyFans. So I don't know why YouTube is really keeping him around, because I don't see what good he has on his platform. I really don't. All he's doing is, again, trying to debate people, like he thinks people has got time out of the day just to come at him with all kinds of hate, and you know, just for him to interrupt them, belittle them, verbally abuse them, more, I'm going to say mentally abuse them while they're trying to save the peace, you know, yelling at them. And, you know, there's no good for him, you know, him being on here. And Onision Speaks may have been a thing a long time ago, but I don't think it's a thing now. I think Onision Speaks is not the name of his channel because that's who he is. I think that's his character that he plays. Onision is his character. James Jackson is the man behind the character Onision. And that's just what it is. So wish you guys a good night. Have a good day, and goodbye.